before we get into the game stuff, to pass Michael Redd, number 5 all-time leading scorer. I know there's a ways to go yet, but I don't know if you were aware of that kind of thing heading in, and even if not, what does that kind of mean to you now that you're in that spot?
I mean, first, salute to Michael Redd. I mean, he's been a mentor of mine since I've came to Milwaukee, took over his number a little bit, but he's been a great person to reach out to from time to time to talk to. Always a pleasure to see him. But then, I mean, you always think about these things as a kid. My first couple of years in the league, my first 2 years in the league, not sure, how things would go. But to ultimately get to this point, it's pretty special. So I'm trying to enjoy this moment. Hopefully I could get a couple more spots up there. I told Giannis I'm going for his next. No, I got a ways to go. But no, it's a cool accomplishment for myself, and hopefully, I can keep going up that list.
I don't know if you think you have any signature moves on offense or not, but there's a post up of a smaller player and a jumper was that kind of sort of a fitting way to
do
it
this? It was pretty cool, especially against JC. Spent a lot of time with him over the years here, and told him a post up was coming at some point, and makes it a little bit cooler now that it was against him, a competitive guard that prides himself on defense. But I think I'll definitely take a 3 or the post up as that moment.
Just what's it been like for you these first couple of weeks of the season, kind of dealing with the minutes restriction, and just how are you feeling physically out there going through game to game?
I feel great. I mean, I think that's what this minute restriction is allowing me to do, not really rush myself into playing 30-plus, 40-plus minute games, easing my way back into it because, all season, all off season, wasn't able to really get on the court, wasn't able to get up and down, so started training camp was really my first time getting back on the court and moving some. So just taking my time, being patient and trusting, the plan, knowing that there's an end goal there.
Hey, Khris, what does Andre bring to you guys, especially just looking in the future now with Jay out? He'll likely receive more minutes moving ahead.
He's been playing great. A guy that comes in and brings energy from the start. He's picking up full court, he's flying all over the place. You can see him starting to grow into his offensive role. So he's been great. I mean, we needed him tonight. Each game that he's come in, he's been a spark off the bench and being a positive spark, whether that's, changing the game, speeding the opponents up a little bit. But you can see the potential there. He's a smart player that knows how to play, knows how to use his energy and the athleticism the right way.
Khris, congratulations on a great game. You're a player where, if I'm not mistaken, you were the very first player to be an NBA All-Star and also have played in the G League. So I'm curious, do you celebrate those accomplishments or do they help you motivate to get to another set of accomplishments?
A little bit of both. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to enjoy some of these moments just because they don't come as often. So definitely going to figure out a way to celebrate when I get home. My wife and my family, well, my kids are probably asleep now. But then on the other side of it, what was the second part of your question?
Do these accomplishments motivate you to, accomplish something else?
For sure. I mean, I never want to be complacent. I think the time when I come complacent, that's just when I think my love for the game is up. So joking about Giannis, but I know there's a couple other guys on that list that, I want to catch up to. I know Giannis is probably a little bit further and harder to get for me, but I still have a lot left to prove, like I always say. And, hopefully I could keep climbing that list.
Coach Griff gave you really high praise. So he said before that you're a calming force out there, but he also said you've got great potential to be an NBA coach yourself one day. I'm curious if that's something you've ever thought of, or do you feel like you're another coach? Because he literally said Khris feels like he's another coach out there in a great way.
I could see, how I could be a coach while I'm playing. I thought about, post-career plans a little bit. I don't know if I have head coaching in my bag. That may change, but, as of right now, I love playing the game. Love thinking the game through. When that time comes, I'll make a decision what I want to do, but being a head coach is not on my job. Those guys go through a lot, and we give them hell, especially myself, who always thinks I'm right a lot of the time. So credit to those guys because they have a lot of pressure on them, a lot going on. I did a camp, this summer where I was a head coach for a camp, and it was tough. Being in that front seat is a lot of fire on you, so it may not be for me.
Back to tonight, early lead, Chicago battles back, and you guys are able to stretch it out again. Damian was saying in the locker room, he's like, I've been on teams that are either have injuries or trying to figure things out, and you look up and you're 1-9 or 3-7. He's like, it says something that we're where we're at. Do you kind of feel that? Well, it maybe doesn't feel great to be 6-4.
Yeah.
It also though shows a little bit of something that you can pull out some of these wins.
Yeah. First off, we're a very talented team. I think we have a lot of talented individuals, a lot of guys that know how to play the right way. And, that helps being a veteran team. So, we've lost some games we thought we should have won or at least competed better. And we won some games that, some people may think we lost. We should have lost, and we found a way to win. But that's what it's all about, especially during the season, going through struggles, whatever. You have to find ways to win different ways. Have to find a way to win ugly games, and we have so far. So now we just have to try to figure out of putting a full 48 game into action, playing the right way, and playing the basketball that we want to play.